Greetings of the day. Good evening, one and all present here. A warm welcome to the fifth day of Atal FTP and the topic Advanced Recurrent Neural Network for Sequential Data. It is a great pleasure to have you all here today. Once again, a hearty welcome to all. Let's start the today's session with the guest speaker, Dr. V. Saranyam, Associate Professor and Head Department of CSE and CS, Par College of Engineering and Technology. She is passionate and renowned faculty dealing academics with 14 years of experience in the field of computer science and engineering. Throughout her career, she explored diverse opportunities and paths thanks to the ever evolving nature of technology and its application in the field of network security and cyber security. She has presented her research at numerous prestigious conferences, including IEEE conferences. She has 8 Scopus indexed and annexed papers to her credit, further establishing her as a innovative researcher in her field. Dr. V. Saranya ma'am has filed a design patent named Star Router under the Designs Act 2000 in the academic year 2019 to 2020. Her expertise and dedication in academic make her a valuable asset in the ever-evolving landscape of computer science. She was an international award recipient dedic- dedicated teaching faculty and professional engineering Malaysia. She was an educationalist professional awards for innovative technological research and best academician award. Rotary Youth Leadership Award, and an active member of CUG and ISRD. Welcome you for the session, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about AI-powered intrusion detection systems. Okay. Before starting, we will discuss about what is IDS. So, an intrusion detection system is a device or a software application usually used for detecting malicious activity or policy violations. So, if an intruder has entered into your system or network, usually what happens is it will be typically reported to an administrator. An administrator is a person who has a central control over the information system. Here, in case you go for recurrent neural network. So, in a recurrent neural network, the admin holds the information policy and violation statements. Based on that, he will detect the malicious activity which is happening. So, usually here in RNN, a same system, SIEM system will be used. So, what is SIEM? So SIEM is a software system that gives an organization a bird eye view of activity across the entire software. So it keeps tracks of multiple sources of information. It may be arising from any of the sources. So based on that, this security software will alarm the other members that a malicious activity has been taking place. So, by performing this, SIEM software gives an organization a bird view in order to detect malicious encoders. So, it can range, and ideas can range from small systems to large networks, as you all know. So, here we are going to discuss about two types of systems in intrusion detection. First one is the network intrusion detection system, and another one is your host-based intrusion detection system. So, what is network intrusion detection system? So, at the very first step in network intrusion detection system, you will be placing a strategic point within the network. So, the main purpose of network IDS is to monitor the traffic control over the network. So, it will look for the data packets which is traveling across the network, and it will identify or monitor the traffic from all devices which is connected to the network. This is what called as network IDS. Next one to talk about the host intrusion detection system. It usually runs on a single host or a devices which is connected on a single network. So here it monitors both packets which is inbound as well as outbound. Similarly, in this case also, it will alert the administrator for if any.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you able to see my screen?
No. Can you reach her?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am, am I
You can see now.
visible, ma'am?
Which slide we are out? Like this one? Okay. So, as I told you, cyber security, cybercrime is a major sector where we need to address in this contemporary digital technology. So, here in cybercrime, we are just relating it with intrusion detection system, so which is very much related. So, here in RNN, you have two types of architecture to deal with in IDS. Okay, the first one is your LSTM, that is recurrent LSTM recurrent neural network, and another one is your uh, recurrent neural network. So LSTM based recurrent neural network, so which has its own architecture, which is more better and give accurate results than conventional RNN. So in conventional RNN, you'll be having training data sets in as in machine language. Those training models performs only have performance will be of only less accurate when compared to this LSTM based RNN. So detection methods. So based on these two methods only, you will be detecting your intruder in any network. So in your recurrent neural network, you have two detection mechanisms. One is your signature based and another one is your anomaly based. So here in signature based, the detection of attacks is done by observing specific patterns over the network. So here you have already known about the computer networks, like so there you'd have come across traffic analysis. So similar to that, the signature based IDS, it will detect the attack based on observing the pattern over the network. So this is which is very much similar to eavesdropping over the network. Okay, so here if there is any malicious activity that has been taking place in any hardware or software, that will be recorded. Next one is the anomaly based. So here the anomaly based IDS usually detects attack which is unknown. So in this case, since there is a rapid development of malware or which has been come into picture, the new behavior of any intruder will be recorded against this model. Okay, so what is the major difference in signature based and anomaly based is that, so in signature based, it will observe the pattern, but whereas in anomaly based, it will detect any unknown attacks which is happening place. So here in machine learning, this anomaly based will usually will develop its own model. Okay, so based on that model, you will be evaluating the existing one. So for example, you will have create a model which is performing trustworthy activity. So with that, you will make the comparison against the behavior of this another model. Okay, so this is what comes under detection. Next one, AI powered IDS. So the main thing of introducing artificial intelligence into your recurrent neural network is that you have a module, say for example, it is intrusion detection mod system. So in that intrusion detection system features AI, okay, and using AI, what you're going to do is first one, you're going to leverage the capabilities of RNN. So how to leverage the capability of RNN? So first, you will enhance the probability of risk at addressing the attacks or risk it encounters. So as I told you earlier, the simple RNN ensures accuracy only at certain level, whereas this LSTM based RNN has accuracy to the maximum level, which is 99% of accuracy is ensured. Next one is to analyze the network traffic and potential threats. So here what we will do is you will check for the anomalous patterns within the data. So usually here RNN usually encounters data which is of sequential order. So sequential data, while it is coming across the network, the pattern of those data will be analyzed, and if there is any malicious activity, that particular data will be encountered. Okay. The third one is the sequential data analysis. So in sequential data analysis, it monitors the network packets by identifying the similar patterns over the network. And if there are similar patterns or if there are recurrent patterns packets, then those data will be restricted from entering into the network. That is what sequential data analysis. Okay. So next one is the long short-term memory, LSTM. So we very well know LSTM is a common variant of RNN. So here it is often LSTM is used in any IDS application, intrusion detection system applications. The main purpose of this is to ability to remember long-term dependencies. So here, long-term dependencies within the data in sense, it is able to capture complex attack sequences. If the attack sequences are more in number or large amount, then by the use of LSTM, we can easily capture the attacks. Next one is your anomaly detection. So anomaly detection is here what we are going to do is you will just examine the normal behavior of any network, and based on that, if there might be some deviations in RNN based network IDS. So if there are deviations, we will encounter it as an attack. But if there is no deviations found, then we call it as zero-day threat. Able to understand? So if there is a threat, so what here we are going to do? So from the given training data, we are going to find if there is any flag deviations in the pattern. So how we are going to find out is in sense, we will just previously, if there is any unknown data found, then we call it as zero-day threat. Okay. So this is a simple diagram I have given shown you. This is shows the difference between both conventional RNN as well as RNN based on LSTM. So in the first diagram, as you see here, the input is a sequence. Its input is a time series data. Okay, so input is a time series data where x of t represents the input information at the time t. Middle box here represents, sorry, here. The middle box here represents the hidden state. And y of t represents the output at the given time t. So this is the you very well know this is a conventional data. And this is the LSTM unit which is embedded into your RN. So what is the main difference here? So here the main difference is here we will be maintaining the information in memory. In the both the cases, the information in memory will be maintained, but in your LSTM, for a long period of time, the information will be maintained. That is the main difference here. So it while compared to the conventional RNN, LSTM based RNN can handle the information in memory for a long period of time. That is a major difference between RNN and as well as LSTM. Next one, introduction. We'll go for the introduction, and we are going to see what is the role of IDS using RN. So what is IDS? So intrusion detection system, as we very well know, it it offers a significant research achievement in information security field. Okay, so here what we are going to do is that we are going to identify the threats or any intruder who are going to attack your network. So there are in previous cases there are number of approaches based on traditional machine learning, but like we know, like SVM, support vector machine, k-neighbor sneering algorithm, random forcible model in terms of classification. While classification of data sets, it shows high number of accuracy. And not only that, it also provides very good performance when compared to earlier traditional machine language algorithms. So when comparison is made between various ML algorithms, like as I told you, support vector or k-neighbors mean clustering, or any other, it may be ANN, random forest. So comparatively, this seems far better than the traditional ones. So it is a very important thing to note here. Okay. Now, what are the drawbacks of the traditional system? So we have just, in previous slide, we have just given the comparison of how RNN-based IDS is better than the traditional ones. So here, the limitations is, first thing is, it is rule-based. Okay, so rule-based in sense, in traditional systems, you have predefined rules for each and everything. For example, the rules in sense like it may have if-else statement. If the particular condition is satisfied, then you will derive at a conclusion. That is what previous algorithms in traditional algorithms were listed. Okay, see, for example, if suppose you satisfy the condition, then you go for a conclusion. So it follows rule based, that is if else type of thing. Next one is the false based. So false based, usually we develop high numbers of false alert. So while you are traversing through any network, if there are any alarming message which is false, what will happen? It will destroy the entire network or the effectiveness of the network. So this what were happening in the previous traditional techniques while in usage. So one is the rule based and another one is false based. So these were the limitations. And third one is manual analysis. So while dealing with large amount of data, you need a significant time to encounter those resources or to manipulate large amount of data. So in those cases, traditional system was a failure one. So here, since you have the LSTM based IDS, as I told you, the LSTM main purpose of LSTM is to prolong or keep track of information over a long period of time. So that in that way, it is LSTM. So this is what the major difference between traditional and LSTM based. So here I have just given you the IDS framework in order to just note down what does the framework actually look like. Okay, so this is a sample framework model. So this NSL KDD is the data set which I have used from a Kaggle website. We very well know those who are in machine learning platform. You very well know what is about Kaggle website. So in that particular, it is nothing but it's the world's largest data science community, which involves powerful tools. So from those tools, we can take the resources or data sets which are available, and with that we can perform some processing of information. Okay, so this KDD is a data set which is available in Kaggle, and that with that data set, what we are doing is we are going to process the information. So usually, if you are doing any project, you'll be dealing with only that Kaggle website. I think you all know. So here, the next step is performing the data pre-processing and feature extraction. So in any learning, the process of data analysis require a step called as feature extraction. So what is feature extraction? So in feature extraction, what you will do is you will be selecting the features that are most suited for modeling your data. So once a raw data has been chosen, you are going to select that raw data based on some modeling or some normalization. So anything you can apply. So for that, here in your framework, what they have done is first the raw data is taken as such, and you are going to perform normalization on that particular raw data, and you are going to apply any of the machine learning algorithm. So here they have used XGBoost algorithm, and you find out the threshold value. From the threshold value, you will be selecting your feature subset. So as I told you, selection of feature extraction is performed. The selection of feature extraction is done for the process of data analysis, so which is very much suited for modeling your data in any of the ways. Okay, so once you have modeled the data, the third step is to build your model data. So here, what it has been done is they have taken RNN, LSTM, any particular ML techniques, and with that, with these of any of these ML models, you are going to train that particular data. So with the available data sets and with the available data models, you are going to perform training of the data set. And once the data set has been trained, you will be validating the data and testing the data. So after validation and testing has been performed, you will be comparing the results. So with this IDS framework, you are using since you are using LSTM, it performs 99% security, sorry, 99% of accuracy, and the performance is also somewhat better compared to the traditional ones. Okay. So now, why we go for machine learning algorithms? So if any, machine learning algorithm offer the core of any intrusion detection system. Okay. So the functioning of AI-powered IDS includes the following algorithms. So these are the very two important algorithms which you must keep in mind. So one is the clustering algorithm and another one is the classification models. Okay, so these are the very two important algorithms which is available. So I'll just explain with the help of the diagram. So see this diagram. So in AI-based IDS, you have two sectors. One is machine learning based IDS and deep learning based IDS. So in these two sectors, you'll be working with your project. So ML-based IDS has both supervised as well as unsupervised IDS. But whereas in deep learning based IDS, you have supervised, unsupervised, then CNN, RNN, LSTM, autoencoders. Similarly, supervised IDS in machine learning also has some classifications like support vector machine, decision tree, k-means clustering. Okay, so you, as a researcher, you must understand where you are, which domain you are choosing when you want to model any intrusion detection system. So if you want to model an IDS, you must be clear enough whether you are choosing the right platform, whether it is a supervised one or it is an unsupervised one or it is an ensemble one, combination of both. Okay. And these are the right side, you have the list of models or algorithms through which you can process the data. Now, so here coming to key insights. So your CNN performs exceptionally well in detecting and classifying the attacks. So even though if it is complex, it is classification and detection of attacks is 99%, 0.953% accurate when compared to ANN. But ANN offers stronger performance, but here it requires pre-processing. So pre-processing your data is bringing your data missing values or some data. Some if your data is set has any missing values or recurrent information, those can be avoided in pre-process. But when compared to RNN, RNN usually performs well or it excels in sequential data handling. That is very, very important here to note down. And it is a very good choice for detecting time-based attack. As I told you, the attacks can be of any option, anything, like it can be from pattern analysis or distributed. So any type of attack is possible whenever a network place comes into role. So very important thing to note here is you must choose right type of network, whether it is CNN, ANN or RNN. So the best way to go is to choose the right network. So you can go for RNN since it handles of detecting packets in long term. So that is very over a long period of time, it becomes the RNN stands excellent. So you can choose RNN as a uh, network. Okay, so a small demo illustration I would like to present, which is coded using Python language. So this program offers basis of motion detection and uses computer vision techniques to detect intruders. So before going into this, we'll just understand certain concepts or certain libraries. Okay, so these are the prerequisites which are necessary in order to enter into the program. So these are the library files of Python, OpenCV, NumPy, SMT library, and email. So with this library files, we are going to work on motion detection. Okay. So now, so what is IDS? So in IDS, we are going to offer intrusion detection. We are going to find the attacker with the help of Python program. So which employs a technique called as computer vision. So why we are going for computer vision is that it easily detects, okay, it easily detects the intruders by capturing the video frames. So you'll be having a webcam, and with the help of the webcam, you will be capturing all the video frames into the network. Okay, so after once the frames have been identified, and if there are any changes or reflections made, then you will alert that an intruder has been detected. So this program also uh, sends email notification to the user with the attached images of intruder. So very well you would have come across these machine language program, I guess. Okay, so key concepts involved here in this programs are computer vision, the need for computer vision, then OpenCV. So OpenCV, you very well know, it is a library. It provides various functions and algorithms in order to detect your threats have been identified. And third one is the email notification. So with the help of SMTP protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, you are going to send email to different users about the information. Uh, then frame difference. So what does frame difference means? Here the program will compare consecutive frames. As changes are being done, frame to frame, the changes will be done. So you will be calculating the absolute difference between two frames when it is moving. Okay, so during motion, you will calculate the absolute difference between more than one frame. Next one is the bounding rectangle. So the bounding rectangle, objects will be detected in a rectangular box, and it will calculate the coordinates and dimension of the rectangle based on contours. So based on contour or face recognition algorithm, the objects will be detected and the coordinates will be computed. If there are any deviations, then an alarm will be notified. So this is what code structure will look like. So first you must import necessary libraries, define the email function, what you are going to do. Then you have to check for the intruder. So you will be writing a function called as check intruder. Then there should be some event taking place in any intrusion detection. So you will be defining that particular function as click event. And to perform or to define all the three functions, you will need global variables. So you go for three global variables. Then for opening of web camera, you have to define a class using computer vision if it is what's the version of the web camera and all those things. Then from first you have to read the camera. So you have a function called as cap object dot read function. Then display the frame and wait to draw. So next one, initialize the variables for notification. So I'll just show you a sample of the coding for you to understand even more better. Okay. So this is a sample code. So first thing, what we have done is we have imported necessary library files. Okay, whatever files which is necessary, those things are imported here. Okay, so here what we have done, we have imported all the necessary library file. And since you are using email, you need to import MIME extension. So that's what it is given here. Okay, the second step is to define the send email function. As I told you, you need to define email function. So what the email function actually does is it accepts a list of image paths first. It will accept a list of image paths. Then it will configure the email parameters like receiver email password, subject, and message. So these are the email parameters which it will be configuring. And the third thing is what you will do is you will be creating a MIME message. So in MIME message, what you will do is you will be attaching both text and images. Okay. So next you are having the MIME as a multi-part extension. Okay. So why you go for MIME multi-part extension is that it will attach the provided message and encode each image with MIME value. Okay. The email can consist of both text and attached images. So both the things will be mentioned in the SMTP server. This is what happens in send email function. Okay, so which is very important in send email function. The role of MIME plays a very important role. So first you will be establishing the parameters as I said. Then you will be creating a MIME message and then attach both text and images into that MIME message. And using the MIME multi-part extension, you will provide message and encode each and every image. So this is what happens here. And the third one, you will use check intruder function. Okay. So here, what is the purpose of this check intruder function is that this function will check whether the intruder is present in the area or not. Say, for example, you are dealing with RNN network, you will be checking in that particular network whether the intruder is present or not. So as it iterates over time, the contours are detected. So as I told you, within the rectangular box only, you will be detecting the images and you'll check for the contours. If it is within the thing, then no problem. If it is outside the boundary line, then it will detect the object based on the threshold value. So you'll be fixing a threshold within the limit. If there is no object detected, then that's not no problem of any intruder. If the uh, if the threshold value exceeds, then you will check for the bounding rectangle also. So if an intruder is found, this particular defined function will return true. Else, if the intruder is not found, the function will return false. This is what happens in check intruder function. Next one is the click event function. So here we'll be defining the click event function based on mouse events. So you very well know what are the mouse events which is available. So while you scroll left, right, and up and down, you will note down the coordinates of each and every mouse pointer and update the global variables. So here the global variables are a comma b, and those global variables will be updated based on the clicking part. So based on the mouse events, this function will handle the mouse pointers. Okay. So here, this is the same thing. Here also what happens is it handles the drawing of the bounded rectangle, and if there are any clicks outside the rectangle or beyond the threshold, it will be reported. So next one is to initialize the global variables. Okay, so here the global variables have been initialized. The variables are draw, frame one, and rectangle. So these global variables are initialized so that it is easier for us to identify or draw the rectangle or identify the frames and all those things. Okay, so then the next step is to open the web camera. So as I mentioned in the slide, we have to give the path for the web camera. Okay, so you need to first define the web camera, what you are doing. So we are defining as CV2 dot video capture class. In your class, you have this. Hello. Okay.
अभ्यासाला बसवलं होते वाटलं असतं.
Kindly be mute on yourself.
Okay. So here you are going to open the web camera using the class CV2.video capture, and the web camera will be opened. Okay. So after the camera is open, you will be reading frame by frame. So the first frame is read using read function. Okay. So using read function, you will be reading the first frame. Next one is displaying the frame. So once the frame is read, cap.read function is used to read the frame. And after this frame is being read, then what will happen is you have to display the frame and wait for the user to draw the bounding rectangle using the mouse. Okay. So once the frame is detected, the variables also will be initialized. So first it will notify for the last email time, which the user has been used. Okay, so before sending an email, first it will notify for the last email which is used. And if there is any delay in seconds or consecutive email notification, then a flag will be set in email setup. Okay, so this is what happens in after the usage of read function. Okay, so once you start reading the frame, variables will be initialized for email notification. That is the first step. And the next time, each and every time, the last email which was sent will be notified, which will be recorded. And if there are any delay, then further notification will be sent through email sent. Okay, so this is what happens here if there any intruder is if this occurs. So in your main program, what happens is the program will enter the loop continuously capturing the frames from the web camera. So whenever a person has been detected, the program will loop continuously. Okay, that is the first thing. So why it is looping continuously is that it will capture from 4 frames from the web camera. That is the first step. Then next step, it will calculate the absolute difference between the current frame and the previous frame. So why there is a need to calculate the absolute difference is that uh, there should be some motion that is to be detected. In order to capture or detect motion, the absolute difference is calculated. The third step is to identify or apply any image processing technique, like you can perform like grayscale conversion or blurring of images or fixing it to some threshold value. So why we are doing all these things is to enhance the images, difference of images. Okay, and next even you can enhance the image. Next you can also crop the image as well. Okay, so inside the bounding rectangle you can crop the image also. Next, you can find the contour of the image inside the bounding rectangle. So the contour of the image in sense you will be identifying dealing with the coordinates of the image. Then you will be checking whether an intruder is present or not. If the intruder is present, then an email will be notified. If the intruder is not present, then nothing to worry. Okay, so each and every time the frame variables keeps on updating. Okay, it will check for the user input and it will be updating in terms of loops. If there are no changes, then it will exit out of the loop. This is what happens in this program. Okay, so it's a very important program or basic program we must know when dealing with any intrusion detection system. Okay. Okay. So this is how you build an IDS system using Python language. I hope you understood this program. Next, we will be moving on to key components of AI powered IDS. So what are the key components is that this we very well know the main purpose of AI powered intrusion detection system is to perform data analytics. So data analytics in sense it will analyze the network data to identify patterns and anomalies. So as I told you earlier, the patterns or information will be analyzed to a maximum extent in order to identify any intruder who has been entering into the system. So it is very, very important here. Okay, so data analytics plays a vital role and it acts as one of the key component of IDS. Second one is your machine learning. So ML, using ML algorithms, you can model artificial intelligence or learn from the past attack, and you can predict the future threats. So based on based on ML language, ML programming, ML algorithms, you can model any AI tool and you can notify if there are any past attacks so that it will be easier for us to detect any threats in future. That is one of the key component of AI powered IDs. The third one is your automation. So automation, you very well know that AI automates tasks very easily. So it is a very important thing for any security team or security manager to perform his or her work in a very efficient and strategic manner. So these are the key important components of AI powered IDs. Now, next topic we are going to see is improving the instant response with AI. Okay, what is instant response? So what is incident response instance? It is like a report to identify the threats or to notify whether the incoming threats is available or not. So automated response enable us to perform or automatically quarantine compromised system. The system should not compromise to any extent when related to security. So automated response improves incident response with effective AI. Okay. Next one is the threat intelligence. So what is threat intelligence? It's a very, very important terminology in IDS. So we must think one step ahead of any cyber criminal so that it is easier for any for us it will be easier for us to design or frame or any network. So threat intelligence allows us to process or gather the data, analyze the data and identify the potential risks to digital assets or any infrastructure related data. So what is the main goal is that you have to provide some actionable insight and enable the organization to perform some decision, which is very important. So here in threat intelligence, you will be having so many intelligence like operational threat intelligence, strategic threat intelligence, then tactical. So these are each and every intelligence sector focus on different ways. Okay, so for example, if it is strategic threat intelligence, it focus on high level threats. Whereas in operational, it focuses on only immediate or low level threats or operational threats. So each and everything it will vary. So threat intelligence acts as an important source in identification of intruder. So the main benefits of threat intelligence is you can have improved or incident response. The threats may be low in number and reduced risk identification also in this case. Next one is your optimized response. So AI prioritize incidents and based on that you can streamline the response efforts you have taken to enhance the model. So this is very important. So these are the things that comes under uh, improving incident response with respect to AI. Okay. Next, why we go for artificial intelligence for intrusion detection? It's a very important question. So here there are traditional intrusion detection system that struggle to. So in this digital contemporary technology, the evolution of cybersecurity plays a vital role. So here what we do is in traditional IDS, we suffer from cyber threats because since we are dealing with only machine language algorithms, there are possibility of more number of cyber threats occurring. So what we do is in RNN, we power the intrusion detection system using AI. So by powering the artificial intelligence into our AI, sorry, into IDS, what we do is you will identify the pattern and anomalies as you do in machine language. And here, what is the main advantage is the number of false positives can be reduced. Because in adaptive learning, the false positive is uh, like enabling quick alerts. Okay, so these are the false positives that can be reduced. And as I told you earlier, detecting zero-day attack using deep learning algorithms is very essential. So as I told you, zero-day attack is very much common. So the zero-day attack we just discussed in anomaly detection. So what there we are doing? So by learning normal network behavior from the training given training data, the RNN-based IDS will set for flag deviation. Okay. So first, what it will do, it will observe the pattern from the potential intrusion, and if there are any deviation, it will set for a flag deviation. Then the attack is previously set as unknown. So it is termed as the zero-day threat. So which is very important here to note. Okay. So next one, what is the role of AI in cybersecurity? Okay, so why we go for cybersecurity? Because cyber threat criminals are evolving more in number. So we need to address that security domain. So what we do is we will analyze the threat. We provide incident responses for each and every network. Whenever packets are moving from different places, we will identify, so we will analyze the particular packets and we will just code for incident responses. And in this, what we do is we also power artificial intelligence into this. So the main purpose of this artificial intelligence powered system is that it will identify frequent patterns which is similar, and it will predict for potential security threats as well. So when, as I told you earlier, traditional systems evolves only 98% means by evolving this current mechanism, you can perform 99% of accuracy. So this is what the major difference. Without AI, the security analysis may be low in number. So we go for this. Now, what machine learning and deep learning techniques will just give a brush. Okay. So while in AI, IDS rely on ML and DL that we very well know. So here what we do is we detect cyber threats if the data are in large number. Okay. So if the data are large in number, we will detect for threats. So in deep learning based IDS, what we do is you provide significant improvement over traditional ML. Okay, so here what you do is automatic feature extraction is done and adaptive learning is also done here in order to tackle complex and evolving cyber threats. The main uh, difference between these two, so which is very critical today. Okay, so this cyber security strategy is employed in deep learning based IDS. Okay, well, then what is ML based IDS? So ML based IDS, what it provides is it provides strong defense against cyber threats. Okay, why it provides strong defense against cyber threats is that it has two important mechanisms called as support vector machine and nearest neighboring clustering algorithm. So both these algorithms provide reliable results, and using random forest also it's there in machine learning based IDS. Okay, so which improves high accuracy and it employs precision. So in these two types of ML based IDS and deep learning based IDS is very, very important. So both are supervised, and you have categories like supervised and unsupervised. So both employees, both categories plays very good role in intrusion detection system. So why we use ML and DL for intrusion detection? As I told you earlier, you adapt to new technology, and evolution of cyber threats are known in number, and it performs good number of accuracy when compared to threat detection, and it has real-time processing of data. As I told you, you will be uh, you will be recording it in the incident response sheet, so security logs can be maintained in good number. Next. Very, very important thing. As I told you, we have already discussed what is network-based IDS and what is host-based IDS. So I told you what is network-based IDS. So it's just a brush up. So in network-based IDS, a strategic point will be maintained within the network. So the main purpose of this network-based IDS is to monitor the traffic from all the devices over the network. So very good example I can tell you for network intrusion detection system is that subnetting. Okay, so you can install a subnet where firewalls are located in order to see if someone is trying to break into the firewall. So in any RNN network, you can install a subnet over a firewall to detect your intruder from entering into the system. So this is a very good example for network-based IDS. Next one is a host-based IDS. So in the host-based IDS, you can run on individual host or devices or any other network. So as I told you, in host-based IDS, it is common in both inbound and outbound packets from the device. By alerting those inbound packets, if the packets are entering into the system, it can also alert the user or administrator saying recording that any suspicious activity has been taking place. Similarly, the packets who are leaving the network, the outbound packets also, you can alert on the similar manner. Okay, so these both are very essential in any IDS system. And hybrid IDS, you very well know, you can use a combination of both. So this is what is explained in depth. So as I already told you, NIDS is deployed in key points of in a network, such as firewall or routers, to monitor incoming and outgoing traffic. So since traffic is the monitoring of traffic is very, very essential in network-based IDS, because the packets will be coming in huge number. So if there is a need to evolve, any suspicious activity has been taking place. Next one is host based. So as I told you, host based, it will be installed into a single host over the network. So very good example for host intrusion detection system that is that it can be seen on mission critical machines. Okay, so critical machines instance, any machine which is cannot be changed with their configuration. Okay, which are not expected to change with their configuration. So in all those critical machines, without changing the configuration, you can apply. So hybrid IDS combines both NIDS and HIDS functionalities, giving a more comprehensive security approach. So which is very essential here. So it avoids traffic as well as it looks into false positive also. False positives in sense alarming. Okay, it identifies or risks of alarming false alarms which is created by the intruder or anything of such kind. Okay, so the main thing, a motto of this hybrid IDS is to improve threat detection accuracy. Okay, so you have two ways to handle your data. So one is you should build a system which is completely secure. Okay, first you should identify the users and you must authenticate themselves. Is done, we very well know, by not only adding the credentials like giving username and password or any two-factor authentication or three-factor authentication. Moreover, you need some additional building of network to be identified in order to authenticate the user from entering into the system. It's a very, very important thing. Next one is to protect the data. So how to authenticate? Mainly you can have a question how to authenticate. So the main thing is you have to involve the best security cryptographic algorithms in order to employ security. So for example, you have algorithms called like digital signature algorithm, which is the signature based. Okay, so signature based algorithm provides some accuracy of protecting your data information. Okay, so signature based ideas can be employed because the if suppose if you are employing signature based ideas, by looking into specific pattern itself you can identify that intrusion has been taking place or not. So for a very good example I can say here is like it is similar to your antivirus. Okay, so this terminology, that is signature based ideas, is also is employed from the terminology of antivirus software. Okay, so antivirus software we very well using in daily life. So here in antivirus software, what it actually does, it refers to the detected pattern or signature. So the antivirus software will detect the patterns as signature. It is an authorized one. So you can employ signature-based ideas and you can easily detect for known attacks. So which is very, very important here. So if there is any new attack happening place for which no pattern is available, so in that case you can go for additional vendor products. There are many vendor products available in the market. So you can on time, you can what you can do is you can update your ideas with the signature as a key aspect. So that is very important here. So this is how you build a secure system. Next one, building a secure system is not only essential, but also they protect the data from unauthorized access, which is very, very important. So for protection of data also, you can employ different cryptographic methods and algorithms in order to successfully protect your data. These are the two important ways to handle your data. So just I want to discuss the fundamentals of ideas. So fundamentals of ideas, you mainly the two things are very important. One is the monitoring of network traffic, and another thing is any malicious attack or policy violation has been taking place. So for this, what you do is first you should analyze the network packets from where it is origin coming from. Then you need to update the system log, the time of entering the packet and the time of exiting of packets, and these things should be updated in the system log. Then you have to detect for anomalies. So while detecting for anomalies, two things are observed as you very well know. One is active pattern and another one is the passive one. So active patterns will be noted at the time of uh, network entering, sorry, at time of intruder entering into the network. So by means of two different types of network, that is network based ideas and host based, you need to analyze the pattern and observe for the intruder for entering into the system. Now, how intrusion detection system fit into your cybersecurity architecture? Okay, so how fits is that it will either comply with any firewall or antivirus software, or it is used in any identification of real-time threat detection. Okay, so the similar same thing as we discussed earlier, the cybersecurity architecture is very, very important in order to provide security to your different layers of the network, which is very, very important. If there is a single breach over the network, if there is a single breach or violation or a policy violation, then something critical might happen. So, in order to avoid that, you go for a very good number of architecture by employing these particular security mechanisms. Like you can employ firewalls. Then this is a as we discussed earlier, sorry, SIEM is a security software. So by installing all these type of things, you can ensure an organization's liability towards processing and minimize the damage. So this is, as I told you, SIEM is a security software that gives an organization a bird eye view of the activity that is happening place in the entire network. So in the entire network, if there are any suspicious activity, this same security software will be analyzing and it will be noting and bringing it to the knowledge of the administrator. Okay, so it's a very, very important thing. So these are the features and ideas and the intrusion prevention. So how to detect a intruder and how to prevent the intruder from affecting our system. So what feature has been taken place and what is the prevention mechanism we are being carried out. Just an overview. Okay. So first here in function, you are going to alert the security team and block the attack at very first stage, intrusion detection. Then in prevention, what you do is you can actively detect, actively prevent that particular uh, monitor mechanism by providing some intrusion prevention algorithms or mechanisms. Okay, so here if there is a action taken, like if the alert security team but does not block the attack, what will happen? The blocks will mitigate and the threats will be automatically involved into our network. So which is a very, very crucial and essential. We're doing the function and action taken. Okay. So what type of placement in the network is done here is in IDS, if it is the intruder is entering into the network to monitor the traffic, what we do in order to prevent that particular intruder from entering into the traffic, we are going to place an inline between the source and the destination. It is like to similarly you can filter the traffic. So which is easily done by firewall mechanism. This is what happens here. Next one is the response time. So what is the manual intervention for response? So that you have to very well depict, because as I told you, if any suspicious activity is being taken place, the usually the response time is large. Okay, so by dealing with the response time itself, you can understand that some intrusion has been taken place in real time. So that can be easily examined here. And what is the impact on the network? So if there is a direct impact on the network, first thing it will affect is network traffic. Okay, network traffic will not be affected, but there will be slight delay in the filtering mechanism. So this is me. You need to observe these two things in very particular. Okay, so there is a problem of network traffic in any network, even though if there is an intruder or no intruder is not there, there will be a traffic mechanism. But if certain delay persists, then you should be alert here. So you must alert the administrator and bring into notice. Okay. So the use case depicts says that it identifies the security incidents and forensic analysis. So as I told you, incident response sheet is very, very important for uh, notifying any forensic analyst or if there is any threat or suspicious activity has been taken place. So the best thing to prevent that particular suspicious activity is that by blocking the cyber threats. You need to completely block the cyber threats. So next one, evolution of intrusion detection models. So there are, as I told you, there are so many models has been evolved. So since 1980s to AI-powered security. So here the signature-based deduction, as we discussed, is a very, very important thing. And we have already discussed the rule-based system also. Okay, rule-based, as I told you, machine learning rule-based system is they are using rule-based in effective manner, but it is not effective actually because it involves only if-else condition for activating your program. So if suppose that particular condition is satisfied, then you will be drawing on to some conclusion. That's what happens in rule based. But so now since the evolution of AI has been taken place, the IDS is completely reliable on signature based deduction. So with the help of signature based deduction, you can detect threats. But what happened is in the 1990s, anomaly based IDS has been evolved. So as I told you, anomaly based IDS we already discussed earlier. So it is based on it is based on detecting unknown attacks. Okay, so anomaly based IDS usually primarily focuses on unknown attacks. So which due to the rapid development of malware. Okay, since the malware is developed in a rapid manner, the basic approach here in machine learning is to create a model which is of trustworthy. Okay, so that trustworthy model is compared to the new behavior against this model. So if there is any new behavior or changes in the pattern, that will be observed with the trustworthy activity. So this is what happens in anomaly based IDS. So which is emerging one. And by 2000s, what happened is the hybrid IDS has been combined both methods. Okay, so the anomaly based IDS and signature based deduction is more commonly used now from by 2000s. Okay, so the main thing of combination of anomaly as well as hybrid is a combination of signature and anomaly is used in sense So both the type of attacks, both the type of detection mechanisms is very much efficient, improving their own accuracy. So both the things are used as a hybrid model here. We are going to combine these two models for performing 100% accuracy. Okay. So here in AI-powered IDS, both deep learning as well as behavioral analysis is used in as an advanced mechanism in detecting your threats in real time. Okay. So that's I've shown a comparison for what all the traditional rule-based IDS and AI-powered IDS does. So this one you can have a look. I will be sharing the PPT. So at that time you can just note down the comparisons of what are the detection method used in traditional as rule-based as well as AI-powered. So both the thing, what is the response time? What is the false positives? So compared to false positive in traditional, the false positives were high. But in AI power, the false positive, I told you false positive is like alarming situation. So here it is seems to be high and here it seems to be low. So for like that, speed, scalability, time, maintenance, everything as compared to traditional, AI powered is far better and effective to identify and evolve threats. So which is very, very important. So these are the limitations. Okay. So in advancements with machine learning and AI, so here we are going to focus on, we know what is machine learning and AI plays a very important role in intrusion detection. So, but both the things are known by us. But if there are new threats, I told you if there are new threats, we need to identify them with the help of special type of processing. So here NLP will support, which helps us to analyze new cyber threats, which is evolving and by recording all the threats into our security log. So I told you previously, you will be having incident response sheet. So in that, all the security parameters will be noted. So similarly, here the advancements of AI is used for intrusion detection. In this similar case, here also the system logs will be updated with the uh, security parameters for later view. So this enables us to give accuracy, adaptivity, proactivity, and stronger cybersecurity protection. This is very, very important. So here, machine learning, we all know, plays a vital role in IDS. So it has two different types of learning, which we already know, supervised learning as well as unsupervised learning. So supervised learning, you have these examples like decision tree algorithm, random forest, support vector machine. So here you have, in all the three cases, you have large number of data set which not is readily available. So these are the certain drawbacks of supervised learning. But in case of unsupervised learning, uh, you will be working with unlabeled data. So here only the unsupervised learning anomalies will come into picture. So without prior knowledge of attacks, it is not at all possible to detect the threat. So which is very, very important here. Whereas in supervised learning, threat can be calculated with some improvements. But here in unsupervised, without proper knowledge of the identification of anomalies or threats entering into the system, you cannot detect the threat and solve them. Okay, so there you saw some examples. Here, the examples of unsupervised learning is that uh, it is useful for new or unknown cyber threats. Okay, so this is very important. So this is only I told you zero day threats. Already we discussed. So next one is a reinforcement learning. So IDS learns from experience. So very, very important. So reinforcement learning is nothing but you will based on experience, you will be interacting with the network and you will observe the traffic pattern and improve the detection of threats over time. So which is very, very important. So here two important concepts are used that this is the future scope of ML. So here Q learning and deep Q networks are used. The advantage of main things of this reinforcement learning is it can adapt to new threats. Okay. So anomaly detection models, we can have an example. You can see the examples which I already depicted in terms of diagram. You have autoencoders, one class SVM, isolation forest, and all those things. What are the signature-based models? So in all the cases, you need to train the that model in such a way that it is used to identify the or detect the threats. So these are the hybrid models which are available. So I told you, you are in hybrid model, you are going to combine anomaly detection and signature based techniques. So main thing for going for hybrid is that to ensure accuracy and false positive, very, very important. So this example we seen earlier, which is AI powered SIEM, which is very, very important. So it is termed as security information and event management. It is like a security software. So as I told you, it gives a bird eye view of an entire network or organization. So an organization having a SIEM software can depict the entire view, or depict or view the entire activity of any unauthorized access or security which is happening place. Okay. These are some of the diverse applications of RNN. So RNN, recurrent neural network, as you all know, it is a brain of which is very much similar to human brain. That is, it records the sequential info. It is mainly used for sequential processing of your data, and these are the diverse applications in this field. You can apply RNN in healthcare, image captioning, music generation, NLP, or time series data. So very common type of RNN is time series prediction. So these are the important diverse applications of RNN. So I have a video. Our voice will not be visible, audible now. So you can check this video whenever you have time. Just I have shown the in 187 days only the threats will be analyzed for each 187 days on any large network. So you can just go into this video and check for this later. Coming to conclusion, so as we all know, AI-powered IDS offers in this contemporary world, it offers a revolutionized cybersecurity, real-time threat detection, adaptive learning, and automated responses. So we use AI-driven models, machine learning models, deep learning models, and other behavioral analysis in order to identify or detect the threat, which is very important. And the main thing of doing all those things is improvement of accuracy is maintained here. Okay, it provides or it acts very fast again all cyber attacks. What are the future scope of IDS? The scope can be, it is a self-learning one. So self-learning in sense, the AI models can continuously improve themselves without any human intervention in future. Then integration with zero trust security. So zero trust models are there to work alongside the network security administrator, which is very important. Third one is the cloud-based IDS. So cloud-based IDS are already available. So more IDS solutions are there to ensure scalability and global prototyping of data, which is stored in cloud. Another field is quantum computing and AI. The future of IDS can leverage quantum computing for ultra fast threat detection, which is very important. So we are very well know quantum computing is another emerging field. So in that field also IDS plays a vital role. Next one, to automate threat response. So by means of recording all the threats in the incident response sheet or system logs, we can use AI to detect threats and respond instantly with minimal human input. So which is very, very essential. So thank you. Thank you for listening. So feedback form will be shared in chat so that you can respond to that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dear participants, we could break the session for a few minutes. Kindly stay tuned for the next expert session. And kindly fill the feedback form for session 1 without fail. It was posted on chat box. I'll start this session. Shivakumar sir, shall we start this session?
No. Is it audible? Hello. Hello, is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you.
Shall we start this session, sir?
Yeah. Okay.
Now we have this Shivakumar sir, professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. He had an experience of 24 years in the field of teaching, research, and administration. He holds an UG degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering at MEPCO Sklen Engineering College, PG degree in Computer Science and Engineering at Government Engineering College, and doctorate in Computer Science in Bharathiar University. He had guided 2 PhD scholars and 6 scholars are under his guidance. He published 60 international journal and attended 63 international conferences. He also had guided 22 for ME thesis and 4 for MPhil thesis. He published a book named Human Computer Interaction during the year 2018. He was a reviewer of International Journal of Computer Science, International Journal on Multimedia, and a reviewer of 2 IEEE international conferences. He had a membership in ISTE since 2000, fellow member of ISRD, member of CSI since 2001, member of IAENG since 2006, and also a member of ICST, IASTR, AAC, and ISDS. He had published 70 plus international journals and 5 patents. Welcome you for the session, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. The time is delayed. Okay. So this is can you excuse me?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, audible. What about the PPT?
We are sharing the PPT, sir. Is it visible for you, sir?
No, not visible. What about the audience? Everybody's-
Yeah, it's
Sir,
visible,
sir,
sir.
kindly check your network, sir.
Yeah, my network is not delayed. That's the problem. Okay, BSNL, they are doing like this. Okay, anyway, this AI powered network traffic analysis. So this network analysis, this is normally nowadays it's a huge volume of informations. Okay, that huge volume of information in the present modern communications. There is a normally it's coming under the business operations or digital services. Too many things are happening. Okay, so now nowadays the uh, this type of operations that is a carry over here. So the complexity may be increased. The traditional method of monitoring is not possible in this present scenario. And therefore, we need the AI-powered network traffic analysis is more important in this today's scenario. Okay. Uh, then So nowadays, there is a what is it, how we are analyzing, how we are optimizing the networks and all. This is because the various threats are happening. Okay, cyber security threats like AI detect the anomalies, then malware, cyber threats, and real-time applications. Okay, therefore this is the network how that because the network also increases. There is a 5G, IoT, and edge computing methodology also. Nowadays we are using in the time. Every user they're having a critical role for the reliability, scalability, and security. This is happening nowadays. Okay, therefore the certain features, certain applications, certain benefits is needed. So these challenges, how we are overcoming. In my point of view, actually, I'm focusing on how the traffic analysis through that is a research-oriented aspect. So there is a swarm intelligence, but before that, how the optimization methodology, how the monitoring methodology will be carried out here. Okay, they are normally in the traffic optimization as well as performance monitoring. This is the major thing. Okay, so here too many the predictive analytics methodologies available because nowadays the concession management that is also the major role. Okay, therefore, what are key features? This key features in the sense AI powered monitoring. Here, key features there is a real-time monitoring is mandatory. Then anomaly detections. Then predictive analytics. Then automated response. Then mainly we deal with the behavior analysis. Okay, this is a model. There's a normal. What are the users are available? How the behavior will be carried out? What are the suspicious activities carried out in this methodology? Okay, therefore there is a predictive analysis system. That is a software-defined networking system. That's mainly here. That is a scalability, that is the behavior analysis. After that, the scalability, that is also huge volume of information, complex networks, and suitable enterprises environment. Everything will be each and every time that is increasing the scalability. That's what we are increasing the network, increasing the new modern era, new modern technology. Okay, so mainly we deal with the real-time monitoring in the sense how the real-time monitoring system works. Yeah, that is a data collection normally comes under the various sources. Various sources in the sense that is network traffic, various sources in the sense how we are collecting the information from the routers, switches, firewalls, and various endpoints. Okay, based on these, we can collect the informations. That is normally here how we are collecting the sense IP address systems, what are the packet size, and what type of protocols we are using, then what is the timestamp behind this, what are the flow patterns. Based on this, only we are using the data collection based on this only. This methodology, AI-driven methodology, we are going to adopt. Okay, therefore, this machine learning mainly deal with the analyzing all the information. What are the collected informations? These collected informations we can monitor through real-time system. That's what the normal network not possible. Therefore, the AI model we are applying. This is normally this AI model in the sense mainly the attack may be comes under that is a pattern recognition in the sense there is a pattern recognition as well as anomaly detection. This is what major role in the anomaly detection as well as what is this, there is a DDoS attacks. Okay, DDoS attacks as well as a ransomware detection. This is mainly the bandwidth allocations, how we are optimizing. Okay, DDoS in the sense that there is a distributed denial of service attacks as well as a ransomware. This intelligent bandwidth allocation is needed. Okay, therefore, this DDoS, how we are going to prevent. these anomaly detections. AI analysis, real-time network traffic, as well as what are the suspicious spikes available. Then how it will be carried out. That is a supervised manner as well as unsupervised manner. We can find out the behavior of the analysis, then optimizing by using the reinforcement learning methodology, the optimizing based on the real time. Okay, therefore this based on this also intrusion detection system will be analyzing all the capability of the networks. Then here there is a ransomware detection. That is a detect the suspicious file encryption. That is how it will be happen in the sense. There is a real-time monitoring. What are the streaming data? Okay, that is normally in the Apache or Spark streaming or real-time network based on this. The supervised as well as unsupervised learning, that is a zero-day threats or unusual bandwidth spikes. Based on this also, we can making the decision systems. Then here, this DDO is a real-time monitoring. Normally, AI continuously monitoring the network traffic. Then what are the traffic flow behind this? Then how it will be accessing. That is normally the patterns are available. Various patterns already predefined patterns are available. Based on these patterns, unusual encryption activities happened in the sense the system may be infected. In the time also, we can able to take over. Okay, therefore this is the bandwidth optimization. This is the main criteria about the that is the methodology we are using. How the allocations may be carried out. There is a swarm intelligence methodology. How the swarm intelligence methodology, there is a swarm in the sense that there's an actor-inspired algorithms. How the traffic flow as well as how the allocation will be carried out. Okay, how we are going to implement the system. There is a uncolony optimization. The earlier days, we are using the uncolony optimization for the anomaly detection system. That is initially what are the agents are available, then what type of networks. Okay, that is a simply we call it as agents, and how the network traffic will be carried out. That is the data maybe initialized. That's what they initializing the agents. Then each AND represents as a potential anomaly detection path based on this. Because normally in the AND, there is a pheromone updation is carried out. There's a pheromone trials. There's a what are the marked suspicious patterns are available. There is a suspicious patterns in that sense, traffic patterns. Then high pheromone concentration. Normally, when the ant is moving in the sense of how the concentration of the pheromone may be high. In the sense, we find out the anomaly directions. Then exploration as well as exploitation. So there is a and explores the network. Then how we are updating based on the fitness functions. Okay, therefore these fitness functions, how trials based on the fitness function, they are updating all the things. Then what are the exploiting the pods with the high pheromone concentration to identify what type of anomalies carried out. Then real-time updates. This may be carried out continuous pheromone updations. We are updating the pheromone levels and the path. Based on the also we can able to possible to implement this type of methodology. Then the same scenario, there is a load balancing also possible. Okay, that is one type. There is one methodology in the sense that is for the anomaly detection, and another method that is a load balancing. How we are balancing the load through the particular network. So here load balancing in the sense we need to find out what are the initial particles. That is a particle swarm optimization. Based on this, this load balancing methodology will be carried out. Here, initializing the particles. So, what are the deployment of particles? The sense particles simply we call it as agents. There is a load. What type of load we are allocating each and every, whether the network may be continuously passed in the time. We need to find out the what is the traffic, then how we are find out the distributions, then velocity in the sense the rate of change between one time to the another time. Based on this, we can initialize the particles. That fitness evaluations may be carried out based on the load balancing metrics like a latency or bandwidth usage, whatever may be. Based on this, we can able to evaluate the fitness functions. So then after that, we are updating the positions as well as velocity, because this position traffic distribution, simply we call it as a position, and velocity in the sense that is the a rate of change between the data flow between these. Okay, therefore, this is the particle position. Based on the equations, we are updating velocity, position, and finally we find out the best position and best because this is optimization methodology. Keep on changing the values. Okay, therefore, which one is the best position? Based on this, we can find out the real-time optimization methodology. Then finally, various iterations taken over here, and finally fine-tune the network systems. Then one more methodology comes under the Firefly algorithms. This is for the Firefly network traffic analysis, in the sense how normally the Firefly will be carried out. Here, Firefly in the sense that is attractions based on the each every Firefly. So Firefly may be each and everything based on the brightness. There is a light intensity. Based on this, you can cover, and here distance, that is also possible. So attractiveness based on the decreasing of the distance between the Firefly increases. So here there is a randomness various, because in some intelligence that is a random searching is the mainly thing. So Firefly moves the randomly into the which one is brighter, which one is lower, like that. So based on this, we are applying the traffic analysis. Here, how the potential solution comes under the traffic rules, then anomaly detection patterns, because both the things only we are applying. But one is for the anomaly detection and one is for the load balancing or managing the things. Then the brightness as well as attractiveness, based on this, the system may be carried out. Then network traffic analysis comes under the various methodology, that is load balancing, because each and every SAM intelligence system we can apply various methodology, that is various detection system, that is anomaly detection or network traffic analysis or route optimization, then load balancing, resource allocation, and then traffic prediction based on the timing, what time it will be increasing. So everything it's possible through this swarm intelligence methodology. So this anomaly that is implementing, how we are going to implement the Firefly algorithm. Uh, that is for the objective. First, we will find out define the problem in the sense, define the goal based on the minimize the latency or detect the anomalies or balancing the load. Based on this, we will find out the objective. Then after that, we are collecting all the real world, real time network systems, traffic system based on this traffic system in the sense, yeah, packet flows, bandwidth usage, latency. Based on this, we have to find out. Then how we are going to, that is the main thing, that we deal with the optimal solutions. Okay, that is the routing cost.
Excuse me, sir.
Pardon?
Hello, sir. PPT is not visible, sir.
Hello.
Sir, PPT is not visible.
Yeah, I informed to the organizers this way.
It's visible for me.
In my side also not visible. I'm simply taking.
Kindly wait for few minutes, sir.
Okay. Actually, in this, why I am insisting on this fire swarm intelligence, that is easy way to do our research. Okay, that is the main thing. Why I'm going to connect this traffic load system, load balancing, or whatever this methodology. Too many swarm intelligence or nature inspired algorithms are available. When we are applying this swarm intelligence algorithm through this work, we can create a multiple number of papers for the publication. Okay, that's what mainly. How can we incorporate these what is this swarm intelligence into the network or whatever may be. We know that this swarm intelligence, this optimization methodology, we can apply in various fields, not only traffic or traffic through this network or somewhere else. This is applied image processing, electrical system, chemical analysis, then healthcare systems. Everywhere, this swarm intelligence system may be applied because this is insects behaviors. Simply we are converted with the mathematical model. Then mathematical model based on the application we are transformed into the uh, what is our work? What are the things? Because each and every person they are having a different research parameters are available, research activities are available. So simply you are simply transforming this methodology into the your work in the sense we can able to uh, find out a better way to publish the papers. Then implementation also somewhat easy. That's what I am concentrating on these. Traffic analysis system, that is a network traffic analysis system through some intelligence. So that is the ordinary traditional methods are available. Too many methods are available. Then various what is this, various supervised learning and supervised learning methods are available. But this is what somewhat different from these things in the sense how we can incorporate these each and every algorithm. That is initially they invented the ant colony systems. After that is Firefly. After that particle swarm optimization. Then after that Honeybee algorithm. Like that, too many algorithms are available. Simply we are matching in these algorithm into the our work. Automatically we will get a optimal result because normally this is the optimal results only we can get it. One time you'll get it some certain result in the sense next time it may vary, little bit variations may be happened. Okay, therefore swarm intelligence is a major area because nature having too many insects, then uh, animals, everything behavior is available. More than 100 plus swarm intelligence algorithms are also available. Okay, each and every algorithm, how we are using in our network or how using in our research work. That is the main portfolio behind this. And that's what I'm concentrating on, how we are connected with this swarm intelligence algorithm through the network traffic analysis. Okay, therefore this is the thing. Okay, then Firefly. Yeah, most probably the PPT may be visible. So how the Firefly systems? Okay, Firefly in the sense there is a how the network analysis in the sense initializing the based on the attractions between one firefly to the another firefly, we need the optimal solution is needed. Okay, therefore this routing path that is also possible to apply. Then anomaly detection that is also possible. Resource allocation that is also possible. How we are going to change this work into the real-time applications. Okay, therefore normally each and every, because this is a wide potential area. So randomly we are searching. Random searching is the main criteria for this nature-inspired algorithms. Random searching in the sense we can search in the empty space where is the solution may be happened. Okay, based on the where is the input is available, how can we pass on to the final output, that is optimum solutions. Okay, therefore this is what optimum solution is the major criteria. Okay, therefore this is initializing, there is a Firefly algorithm in the sense initializing the Firefly. There is a potential solution like a traffic route, the anomaly direction, various patterns are available. Based on this, we can find out the Firefly methodology, and then randomly initializing the positions of the Firefly in the particular search space. Then after that, we find out the fitness functions. Okay, that the quality of the solution is needed. So anomaly detection, there is a measuring the deviation from the normal traffic patterns. Then routing optimization also possible. Then load balancing also possible. Which one is we needed? We can choose it because anomaly detection in the sense we can use the quality of the thing. Otherwise, best routing. Okay, that is also possible. Then minimum latency also possible. Maximum throughput. These are the things that happen. Then after that, we can go for the updation of the Firefly position based on the equations. Certain equations already said that each and every nature-inspired algorithms, too many, what is this, equation, mathematical models are available. So based on this mathematical model here, that is attractiveness, based on this, we can define the mathematical model. So position update as well as position update and distance update also possible. Then after that, how the iterations, based on the iterations, the system may be carried. Then repeating the application process, then finally find out the better convergence, where it is converged. Based on this, we can find out the best solution. This is the real-time applications also implemented in that Firefly systems. This is also possible. That is anomaly detection based on the Firefly system. That is the data collection, feature extraction. Based on this, after that fitness function calculations, then initialization of the optimization methodology, altering the that is the alert generation for the behavioral analysis. Okay, and then next one is moving to the BAT algorithm. That is also possible in the network traffic analysis. There is a based on the echo location. Based on this, it will work. Then frequency and the loudness. Okay, then after that, random activities. This is the three things. Okay, echolocation, then frequency, loudness, frequency and the loudness, and the randomness based on this, how the bat will be moving. Okay, therefore, this how the random search will be carried out in that. Based on this, this bat algorithm will work. So each and every, this is also we can apply in the traffic routes as well as anomaly detection. Okay, so how it will work in the sense that is a traffic routing optimization methodology. So latency as well as bandwidth utilization, and then load balancing also possible to implement. So here the same methodology, that is how the real-time methodology will be carried out. Okay, then fitness functions. Okay. Based on the mathematical model, here find out local search as well as a random math methodology. Because this may be vary based on the various that is a local search as well as final because each and every mathematical model this may vary depends on the uh, depends on the insects or it depends on the nature inspired algorithms. So finally iterating as well as optimization based on the real-time implementations. Okay, then BAT algorithm. Then after that, what are the challenging in the sense there is a computational complexity, parameter tuning, real-time processing. This is also possible in the networks. Then I'll move to the what are the there is a gray wolf algorithm that is also possible. The same methodology we can apply. There is a equations. Normally, the gray wolf algorithm in the sense that there is a social hierarchy, then hunting behavior, then leaderships, then walls. Based on this, that is alpha, beta, and delta. Based on three solution, based on this, best, second best, and third best. Based on this, they find out the fitness functions. Then I move to what are the algorithms? I'm mentioning here few algorithms are available. And there is a well optimization algorithm that is also possible to apply the load balancing, traffic routing, and another direction. This is inspired by the bubble net, funding the strategy of compact whales. Then Dragonfly algorithm that is also based on that Dragonfly behavior of dragonflies we can apply. Then grasshopper optimization algorithm that is also inspired by the grasshoppers. And then salt swarm optimization algorithm. And then bacteria foraging. Then cat swarm optimization. And then crow search algorithm. Then elephant herd optimization algorithm, then Harry-Fock optimization algorithm. Based on this, then monarchs fly, moth flame optimization algorithm, spider monkey optimization algorithm. Okay, based on this, we can apply. Here, various applications this may be possible. That is for the network security, then performance about the allocation of bandwidth, then latency based on this, how we are find out the networks, then how the predicting as well as preventing the network bottlenecks happens in that particular that is traffic rules. Then it may be happened in the compliance as well as the reporting will be carried out. Then a incident based on this, we can find out the response. Okay. Then what type of methodology? That is a machine learning methodology, deep learning methodology. That's also possible. And then natural language processing, so analyzing what are the things are available. Then big data analysis, that is also possible to apply in the various networks. Then behavior analysis, that is also possible to apply in the network behaviors. Then challenges, data privacy, then false positives, then complexity, then resource intensity. Based on this challenges, we can overcome the challenges. Then what are the tools and platforms in the sense that there is a Darktrace, Cisco Steelwatch, then network order, Splunk, then vector AI. Vector AI, based on this, we can apply into the various intrusion directions. Based on this, we can able to apply. These are the feature trends normally carried out. Okay. Okay. Based on this, I'm closing my session. Thank you for the college. Thank you, Saranya. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for the valuable session, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form for session 2 without fail. It was posted on chat box. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form for session 2 without fail. It was posted on chat box. And thank you. Stay tuned. We will meet tomorrow.
Yeah.